And voila, here we are. Oh, my dear friends, good evening. Good evening. So happy to have you with us tonight. My name is Nicholas Vaselli. I am the artistic director of Theater Breaking Through Barriers. And yeah, guess what? For the last time, at least in this intensive, I am coming to you so very live from right here, deep within the heart of the Thunderdome in glorious, gritty Midtown Manhattan on 42nd Street. And on behalf of all of our artists, I would like to cordially welcome you to Theater Breaking Through Barriers, 6th Virtual Playmakers Intensive, or VPI 6. Star Changers. I can't believe that this is the 15th night of our 15-day extravaganza. It just kind of boggles my mind that it was what, a little over a month ago that we started working on this and pairing groups together, and then all of a sudden, like popcorn, all these wonderful plays started popping, and it was just so wonderful, such a delightful experience. And I'm just proud of all of the shows. And I have the perfect show to close. So I'm sorry if no spoiler here. If you got to see it in our first performance at 7:30 on YouTube, well, then you know what I'm talking about. And for those of you who are tuning in now for the first time, get ready to enjoy. That's all I have to say. We have this really wonderful play written by Mrinalini Kamath. Now, Mrinalini is so incredibly gifted, but this is the first time that she's working with us. And I say to myself, where were you? Where have you been? But I just feel so blessed that we know her, and we have that we're working with her now, and hopefully she'll work with us again. She wrote this really wonderful play, very apropos for our closing night, aptly titled Humans. It was directed, again, to utter perfection by your friend, my friend, everybody's friend in the world. I think that if I were to go to, I don't know, the farthest corner of the world and mention the name of Stuart Green, they'd be like, oh, Stuart, I know Stuart, because that's the way it is. Everybody, he's just, I don't know how he's so well, he just knows everybody. But everybody that knows him, consider yourself lucky. He's an amazing artist, an amazing friend, and he directed this wonderful piece tonight. And the cast, all-star cast, my friends, all-star cast: Jessika Carter-Ross, Rhianna Basore, Ben Rauch, Lisa Riegel. I'm not going to say any more because let them do the talking themselves. Before we begin, we usually like to have a brief audio description for the benefit of those who are tuning in that can't see us. And I usually ask our artists to do that. So without further ado, my dear artists, will you please describe yourselves?
Hello, my name is Ben Rauch, and I am playing Benji. I am wearing a spiked collar, and my background is a lawn with a wood and metal doghouse.
I'm Jessika Carter-Ross, and I'm playing Miss Otis. I'm wearing a black lace blouse with large shiny buttons, a headband, and I'm sitting in front of a corner wall. On the white wall to my right is a framed picture, and right behind me is a white door with white Venetian blinds.
I'm Lisa Riegel, and I'm playing Lady Halo. I'm wearing a brown sweater, and my hair is tied up in a top knot with a ribbon. I'm sitting on a blue couch in front of a beige wall with a tree branch lamp to my right.
I'm Rhianna Basore, and I'm playing Cat Leia. I'm sitting in a pink chair in front of a butter yellow wall, wearing a white sweater, and my hair is styled into buns.
Sounds wonderful, doesn't it? It is, trust me. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, on this wonderful Friday night, please sit back, relax, and enjoy Mrinalini Kamath's Humans.
Time, the present. At Rise, a screen with 4 Zoom boxes featuring Benji, Cat Leia, Miss Otis, and Lady Halo, all mid-Zoom.
I'll hear him from far away, like on the stairs, and my heart starts to boom, boom, boom. I mean, it's always been like that, but now it's really like that. And I start jumping the second I hear his key in the door. And I almost knock him over so I can lick his wonderful face. And I just miss him so much. It's horrible. It hurts.
But isn't that how it's always been for you? It's just part of what you are, right?
Well, yeah, but it's never been.
Let me, explain, because I totally get where he's coming from. Before it was like, yay, he's home or she's home, before she moved out.
Oh no, she moved out?
Mine too. Mine too.
I guess she just didn't love him anymore. I hope it wasn't anything I did.
I'm sure it wasn't.
But you were trying to explain how things are different now.
Yeah. I was always happy when they came home, but now it feels like my heart is about to burst. It will burst if he doesn't come through that door fast enough, because they were home all the time before, and now he's just gone sometimes until he comes home.
I don't feel like that exactly, but I do actually go to the door when I hear noises in the hallway because I think it might be one of them.
Really? Really? I didn't think your kind did that.
We don't.
I know it's not normal, but I can't seem to help it. They both were around all the time before, and then she was there at least, and now they're both gone. I tell myself it's just curiosity, that it's just me being nosy when I think I hear people and get excited.
Okay. Curiosity is good. That's normal.
But I think I really do miss them, especially her. When she's out during the day, like my heart doesn't feel like it's going to burst or anything like that, but there's this pull. I adjusted my nap so I wouldn't have to think about her too much while she's gone, but I miss her.
I thought there were two humans.
Yeah, true.
There are, but he's gone most of the time. He's been leaving every day and coming back at night for a while. I guess he goes and hunts. I don't know. He doesn't bring anything home.
Males aren't that great at hunting.
Hey.
Well, mine isn't anyway.
Cat Leia, does she hunt?
I think so. She'll be gone, and sometimes she'll bring back these big boxes.
Oh, I'd love a good box.
Me too. And some of these boxes are so big. They're better than what's inside.
See? That's good. You appreciate a good box. That's normal.
But the way I want to see her so much, and even him, it all just makes me feel so wrong. Not normal.
You seem perfectly fine to me.
Me too.
He's not.
Hey.
For us, I mean, she's not fine for who she is. You all are so lucky that your humans go out. I wish mine would. I mean, she does, but he hangs around the place all the time now. And then she comes home and is there all night. They're both there so much. I can't get any rest from them.
I will never understand that.
I need space, my own space. We had a good time sharing thing going on, I could walk around and own it most of the time. They were just there for a few hours in the morning and to sleep at night. Then all of a sudden, they were there all the time and so needy. Like, I get that they sometimes want to cuddle or pet me, but so much, it's just not who I am. And how am I supposed to exercise?
Oh, I love exercise.
Walk.
If I could finish, how am I supposed to exercise my independence? Where is my privacy? These are things you don't quite get, Cat Leia, because you found your forever home when you were young, and things just started being weird with the humans at home all the time. So all you've known is having your humans home all the time. You've got cat instincts trying to claw their way out of you, but you were put into a kind of situation that a dog loves. And I guess that made a real impression. I mean, it's almost all you've ever known. Maybe now, maybe the way things are going now, maybe this will make you more normal and
We hear the sound of a mourning dove. She's gone from her Zoom box.
Miss Otis, where'd she go? Where'd she go?
Cat Leia's eyes are wide and she appears to be on the verge of drooling.
Bird.
Miss Otis reappears.
sorry, I got a little distracted.
Bird.
Well, yes, but it flew away. Very good, Cat Leia. That's exactly how you should be.
Miss Otis starts to groom herself. Cat Leia does as well. The dogs do the dog equivalent.
Did your humans change the way they look?
I don't think so.
One of mine grew a winter coat on his face. He's home all the time now, and he's always stroking that coat on his face. Like he can't believe it's there. His head fur is long too. It's like he wants to be more like me.
Mine did that too, but then I think he cut it off. Or maybe she cut it off before she left. I think he used to go to a groomer, but then when they were home all the time, he did it himself. I never saw a groomer come over.
Mine didn't get a coat, but he got a belly. It used to be so flat. And now when I sit in his lap, I can make so many biscuits in his belly.
Everything's changed again. My human has someone come during the day to take me out when he's not there.
Mine does too. Mine does too. Just like before.
Mine didn't before. My humans used to take turns. One would be home one day, then one the other day. And now there's just one. Oh!
Oh, don't be sad. I hate when dogs are sad. It's even worse than when the humans are sad. Hey.
What?
What?
Benji disappears from the screen.
Benji?
Where'd he go?
Benji reappears.
Sorry, I thought I heard him. Or the walker human.
Do you like your walker human?
Yeah. He's nice. So nice.
Mine's nice. I'm with like 4 other dogs and I like them, but I miss it just being me and my human. And this other human, he thinks I'm fine. He likes me. We walk around the place. He feeds me. He tells me I'm a good girl. But it's not the same as going on a walk with your human.
Do the other dogs you walk with have the same issues?
A couple do. One is actually going to stop coming. She's moving. Her human keeps telling her that there's going to be a yard where they're going.
Oh, a yard.
She must be moving very far away.
She doesn't know. She just knows that her human started leaving every day and coming home at night and was sad. But now he's happy. He keeps telling her that once they move to a place with a yard, he'll be with her home all day. He's happy, so she's happy.
Oh, I wish that were me. My human, he seems really unhappy. When he comes home, he looks sad. And even though he smiles at me, I can feel the things coming out from him.
Benji
You know how
swipes
you
his
could just-
paws around.
You know how you can just sense what they're feeling?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know what to do.
What do you mean? Didn't you just say that you want to knock him down and lick him?
Yeah. But he said, I jump and I lick and I wag my tail, and I think it helps a little. But he still seems so sad. When he takes me out to walk at night, he started with the smelly fire sticks again. He stopped for a long time, but after she left, he started doing it again. I'm on the sidewalk, doing my thing, and he pulls out that smelly fire stick and just looks so sad.
Maybe they don't like leaving home either.
Or maybe he just misses her. I know my human misses my other human, even though they yelled a lot.
I miss my other human. She still takes care of me in the morning before she leaves, but I miss her when she's gone. I'm actually kind of mad at her.
You give her the cold shoulder when she comes home? Show her that you're mad?
Kind of.
You should lean into that feeling.
Really?
Yes. It means you're a little closer to being normal.
Hey.
For our kind, for our kind.
But what do I do
About what?
about my human being sad?
You do what you do. You keep jumping on him and licking him and whatever else you do. I mean, isn't that why humans like dogs? You treat them like they're the greatest thing ever. Treat them like that.
What about me?
Well, the same, duh.
If humans like dogs because we make them feel like they're the greatest, why do humans like cats?
Because we make them realize that they must be special for us to have chosen them.
She's happy to see me when she comes home, but I don't know. She's not the same.
Mine aren't the same either. And not just because one of them is home so much more. I think they used to laugh more. They used to go out more and come home happy. They used to invite other humans over. Now they just sit on the sofa and stare at the TV. They still talk to me, but they don't talk to each other so much. And like Benji said, I can feel the things coming out of them. Not good things. They're still both there, but something's different. Something's changed. Humans.
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 End of play.
How about that, folks, huh? Oh, wonderful. Oh, my goodness. The many, many problems of humans. Come on back, everyone. Let's talk about this for a few minutes. Ah, such a great play. Such a great play. I love the tone and the spirit of this. There's a wonderful gentleness in this piece, and the gentleness of talking about the issues of humanity, well, implying the issues of humanity and how they not only affect the lives of others, but yeah, how interconnected we all are. I think that's sort of my big feeling about all this. I don't know. I mean, we talked about this earlier, but I want to sort of do all of you, do you all have pets? Have you all had a pet at one point in your let's talk about our pets for a second. Wait a second. Okay. And yeah, I'm going to start. Let's start with you. Let's start with you, Mr. Green.
Sure. When I was in probably 7th grade, one of the best things my dad ever did, he did some good things, don't get me wrong. But he was a psychologist at a vocational school in Long Island, and he brought home a cat. And so there was excitement of going down the stairs like, oh, we have a cat now. And it started this beautiful run of just wonderful pet love and unconditional love. And so it spoiled me as a cat person. And don't get me wrong, I do like some dogs, But as a paper boy and someone who had seen one of my friends be viciously attacked by a dog when I was younger, I had a very different relationship to them. But it's definitely turned around nowadays. But cats I always enjoyed, and what was great about that was just, even though I can't have a cat now, there's a house in my neighborhood where there tends to be all these cats. So I put it on my walk when I go walking, and it's just so great to see all these little furry felines and all these fluffy meowies. And I am definitely a cat person that will send you cat videos unabashedly. So and happily. So I'm a total cat fan. I do like some dogs, don't get me wrong. But I just feel a felininity to the kitties.
Well, there you go. There's no right or wrong in these answers. I think it's wonderful. I completely, and I know I have a lot of friends who are cat people. So I love them all. So how about you, Mrinalini, as the author of this piece, the playwright?
I actually have, let's see, they're in the room with me now. They're off to the side though. I have a pair of, I call them my pair of pandemic pusses, because I adopted them about 1 month into the pandemic. And we did that because unfortunately our previous cat had passed the summer before. And I think being at home so much really sort of drove home the fact that I didn't have a cat anymore. And I miss her specifically, of course, because all animals have personalities. They're not, you can't just replace one with another. But I also missed having a pet, I ended up adopting these two. And Cattleya is based a little bit on them because they were so young when they came here. And they, I think, spent pretty much the majority of their early time in houses where there was someone around a lot. And they do go to the door when they hear people in the hallway. Like it's really, I was like, this is so bizarre. I've never seen a cat do that. My previous cat would do that when she was alone because she expected one of us to come. And I think she was a little bit lonely because she had been an indoor-outdoor cat who ended up having to be an indoor cat. But these guys are funny. They're a bonded pair. They're sisters. So they will both kind of come over to the door and look around. And they definitely I think like people more than your average cat because they've just gotten really used to us being around so much.
Oh, so great. Yeah, I love cats. I think they're wonderful. I have to tell you, full disclosure, growing up, my mother and my sister are like deathly allergic to cats. So we could never have cats. My mother used to have, when she was a little girl, but then for some reason, after she started having children, she developed this allergy, like really bad allergy to cats. She always used to say, if you ever want to do me in, lock me in a room with a cat and a jar of peanut butter, because peanut butter she was also cooking peanut butter. So it was like, yeah, well, there you go. Peanut butter, two wonderful things. How could you be allergic to them? Anyway, but they're so wonderful. And we have, even though we always grew up with dogs, there are a lot of, in my mother's neighborhood, there are a lot of feral cats that always come by, and my sister who lives at home still takes care of them, and it's like they're part of our family as well. All right, how about the rest of you, Lisa?
Well, we had cats for 23 years.
Wow.
And our oldest, our one surviving kitty passed during the pandemic. But when I was assigned to be a dog, I was like, I haven't spent 23 years living with dogs. But there used to be this little Havanese, brown Havanese, right across the hallway, named Hubble. They named her after the Hubble Space Telescope.
So cute.
And she was the cutest. And sometimes when the door was open, she would charge in to say hi to the cats, just charge into our apartment, which the cats did not appreciate at all, but was just this sense of, excitement and adventure. And So I spent a lot of time thinking about Hubble
Oh,
for this play.
so yeah, it was so wonderful. I mean, all of your performances were just so great. Really, 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 really wonderful. How about you, Ben? I know that you've been doing a lot of traveling lately, but did you have pets growing up or?
Oh yeah, yeah. It was a zoo. I had a gerbil at one point. We had goldfish. We had a parakeet that
Mhm,
lived for a really long time. And my favorite pet of all, my dog Lucky,
mhm,
who was a stray. And I was out in the one winter in New Jersey, you know,
mhm,
playing shoveling snow or something. And this we saw this dog in our area, like in the development, you know, like running, walk. He's like he was like bones. He was like so skinny and had like icicles hanging from him because it was so cold out. And I like begged my mom to like put him in the garage just for the night and give him something to eat for hours. And she's like, he'll never leave. And then it was like, he can't stay in the garage because it's too cold in the garage. Put him in the basement, but only in the basement. And then a week later, he was sleeping in my parents' room. And you know, and so that was my and it's 17, he lived for 17 and a half years, and he was actually an actor dog. He did this TV gig with me once, and and he was Sandy and Annie in like a community theater production, and like he was just really smart, like really just smart, and was my whole childhood.
Yep.
It was my whole childhood. My life would not be. I can't imagine my childhood without him.
yeah. Look at the life you helped to give him. He was aptly named. How perfect.
Yeah.
So great. So great. How about you, Jessica?
So I didn't have any pets growing up. I've never had a cat, but I actually do have 2 dogs right now. I have 2
Mhm.
rescue dogs that I got as an adult. And the crazy story is I actually used to be terrified of dogs. I grew up in a very rural area, and a lot of people left their dogs like without leashes. So
Yeah.
they would get chased or bitten or something. So I just was very terrified. But getting my own dogs as a puppy helped me get over that fear. So I couldn't imagine my life without them. They are literally attached to my hip, and I just love them. So I love pets. They're just amazing.
So amazing. So amazing. Yeah. And you see, I mean, it's hard. And I understand the fears that you have growing up, but I'm so glad that you have dogs now that are because I think all living creatures, and I don't care if you're talking about plants, animals, humans, whatever, I mean, we respond to the environment in which we are put into. So a lot of times the behavior of animals or any living thing, it is directly related to that. So I talked about that last night when it comes to all of us, our lives as human beings are made up of all these little moments, these little things, many of which we don't even remember, but yet they've helped to shape us and help us grow. We like to think that who we are is genetic, perhaps, that we were born a certain way, and I think to a degree that's true, but I don't think it's to the degree that I don't think it's to the degree that we like to think. I think a lot of it is just how the moments that have influenced us in our lives, good and bad, sometimes things that are very small and imperceptible that have had major impacts on us. And I think for pets and animals that it's the same thing. So it's interesting. It's an interesting thought. How about you, Rhianna?
It's interesting you say that, Nick, because I also grew up with animals, dogs and cats and birds and gerbils and God only knows rats. I think at one point a rat in a cage, not in the house. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah.
But there's actually a cat that lives under my house that grew up in the neighborhood and is taken care of by the people in this neighborhood. And it's the most loving, affectionate cat. And it's been so interesting to get to know him over the last 6 months because he wants to cuddle. He wants to come in the house and play with his toys. And yet he's like been a street cat his entire life. And his desire to bond and connect with me is bone deep. And the loveliness of his personality is because of the way that the people in my neighborhood have treated him his whole life.
Yeah, it's so important. I mean, once again, it's this idea of how interconnected we are and how much we rely on each other so much. And to think that we have the ability to do it ourselves, and that we can be the island, we can be the rock. That's a lovely thought. And there are times we all have to be very strong, but we can't live without each other. That's just not how we're built. Tucker, how about you? I know we've talked about your dog, but you want to share a little story about?
I had to Sailor myself dog for 12 years. I can't believe it will be 5 years next month. I lost him, but he will bring me throughout my high school and college
Yeah.
life, and it was so amazing. And when he was dying, he knew it was happening because when we put him down and I say the last goodbyes, he licked my hand twice. So animals know the matter really well.
Yeah, you are surprised. I tend to think, humans like to think we're the self-proclaimed superior species. That's us. We've created so much with our wonderful, complex languages, the buildings we live in, this wonderful technology that we're all coming together on. I mean, there's no disputing the fact that the human intellect, the human spirit is truly wonderful and worth celebrating. I'm very proud to be a human being, but I want to be clear, we're just one part of all of this. And I have right now, I've grown up with all kinds of pets. I mean, we've had mostly dogs in my family for the reason I mentioned before, but I love cats the same. I think, we've developed such great relationship with our dogs and our other pets throughout our lives, and you become very in tune with them. A lot of times you take things for granted, and then when they're not there anymore, you have you miss them genuinely. It's amazing. But I have 2 birds right now. I have a little parrot, a little conure, and a little canary, Marco and Leo. I didn't name them. Those were the names they had when we got them from the woman who rescued them. Well, she breeds canaries, not for money. She's wonderful about it. She says, every spring I will breed a clutch of canaries, and then I will find homes for them. And she scrutinizes everybody, and they have to be able to take care of them the way she feels they need to be taken care of. And only then will she give you a canary, not sell it to you. And then she rescued this wonderful parrot who when it was young, was attacked by a bigger parrot and got pretty badly beaten up. And so that's my Leo. And they are so in tune, they're so smart. They're so smart, and they find their ways to communicate. Canaries tend to be very skittish. You usually see them in their cage. They sing a lot. But when I open the cage every day, Marco is always on my shoulder. Leo loves to play. He talks. He has this great little voice. Like, you know, he's a young parrot, so his voice sort of sounds like a voice on the other end of a telephone. He's sort of, I love you. I love you. He said, you know, it's really, it's adorable. Sorry, we just went on about 20 minutes about our pets, but I think that's so important because you guys did such a wonderful job of bringing this play to life and bringing this wonderful humanity and this wonderful connection.
And one thing about Sailor, my favorite memory is when Sailor got trying to take my shoes and starts off.
Wow.
So he did not.
Mhm. It's amazing. It's and again, when you have a service dog, service animal, it's amazing what they learn and what they accomplish and how in tune they are. You know, we can't even imagine. I think, you know, it just blows my mind. It's so mind-boggling. I hope, listen, what makes this, another reason why I love this play at the very end is because there's so many of you who are only working with us for the first time. I mean, I think everybody in this cast, except for Mr. Green, this is your first virtual intensive with us. And I hope that this is, I asked you to be the last ones performing in this particular installation of our VPI, because I hope that this is the inspiration for you to work with us again in the future and continue working with us, because you're just all so amazing artists. And I hope that we can continue to work together in the future because you're just so wonderful. So thank you all so much for your incredible gifts. Does anyone else have anything else to say? I mean, I don't want to keep you all night, but I just wanted to, yeah. Do you have anything? Are you doing any other work that you'd like to share with everyone? Share with anybody who is watching tonight. Anyone?
This is my first play in 2 years. I hope there's more down the road, but just because of circumstances, I don't know how everybody else has managed to keep a hand in, but I have had an enforced break, and I just want to thank everybody for this experience and having a little artistic moment with you all. It feels really good.
Oh, Lisa, we got to get together like soon. Okay. I don't know what Arthur's up to, but let's make plans that we can all get together and talk and do some more stuff together. I think that'd be a lot of fun. And you, Jessika, I know that you're in Virginia right now, but you're always welcome to join us here. But if you're ever coming up here, or you're ever in town, you better see us. You better, the one thing about this Zoom thing, everyone, is we've worked with so many artists that we never would have had the chance to meet. And I'm amazed at the fact that I feel so close to all of you. I feel like you're friends, and I've met Stuart, of course, in person, and I've had the opportunity to meet you in person once, Lisa, but I never had a chance to meet you, Jessika. I've only spoken to you, Rhianna, and Mrinalini. We've never met in person, but yet I feel like I know you, and that's the way it is with everyone. It's just quite remarkable. So thank you for that. Thank you. Does anyone else have anything they'd like to add before we wrap it up? And I have to do my final thing just to sum all this up. Anyone? Ben, you okay? Forgive me. You disappeared, and you're.
It's so weird. I thought I was on. I was like, I hear the whole time, and then I look. I'm like, wait, my camera was off.
I'm not ignoring you. I just lost you. I'm like, Ben.
No, sorry. I was here.
Yeah.
I was scratching. No. No, I just want to say it was great to work with everybody, and this play was very well written by Mrinalini Kamath, and yes, it's good material. So it's fun. It's fun and easy to do when you don't have to make it better because you just say the words.
Well, you were amazing then, and again, you were also you directed the piece the other night. It was really, really wonderful. All the everything that you did with it. It was just really amazing. So Ben is another, like everybody else here, multi-talented artist. He does everything. He writes, he directs, he acts, he's a musician. Jealous of you all. I miss acting. I miss performing. I don't get a chance to act and direct anymore. I just get to sit here and, you know, but I love the gift of this is being able to meet you all and to have the opportunity to work together. So thank you for that.
I actually just wanted to say thank you to you all, and thank you for your wonderful animal work. It took me back to grad school, actually.
Great.
Your animal exercises. So yeah, you're all wonderful. Thank you.
Oh, every moment. You filled every moment. You were wonderful. It's just great. All right, you guys. Well, listen, thank you so much. Thank you for your incredible talent and everything that you do, everything that you are, for elevating our work with your presence.
Thank you. Thank you for all your work. You
Okay.
wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for you.
Nah, it's a joy. It's a joy. All right. Have a wonderful evening. And we'll see you all very, very soon. So there you have it, my friends. TBTV's 6th virtual Playmakers Intensive is officially concluded and in the can, as they say. For those of you who've been watching all along and supporting us with your presence on a nightly basis, thank you. We can't thank you enough for continuing to spend your time with us. That is the most precious commodity, and for you to spend it with us is a great gift. It's really hard to believe 6 weeks ago, none of the work that you had the privilege of experiencing these past 15 nights existed. We gathered a group around the middle of February, and then we gathered a second group a week later. And this group was comprised of over 60 artists, writers, directors, actors. We randomly paired them together by drawing names out of hats, these very hats here. And we challenged each group to create and rehearse an original short play. We asked them to consider the following prompt. During this time, when it appears as if we've lost our ability to communicate with our fellow man through reason, is there another way to reach each other? What can we as artists do, not only to entertain, but to appeal to our audiences by making them feel our message, rather than simply hearing it? What can we do to help alter our course and change our stars? Well, I'll let you be the judge, but I believe that all of our artists have answered us, and they've clearly proven that even in our darkest times, very much like the ones that we've been experiencing and continue to experience in our world today, that there's always a powerful light that still manages to cut through it all, giving us hope for the dawn. We dedicated this intensive to the spirit and courage of the people of Ukraine, who are currently fighting for freedom and seeking justice among the horrors and injustices being inflicted upon them. Their courage represents light in the darkness, and that was truly an inspiration. So may we all experience the same level of courage when we're faced with our own dark days. And we would like once again to say, Slavu Ukraina. There are so many people to thank for helping create this work that we've presented these past 15 nights. In addition to the other 5 virtual programs we created since this whole project began a little less than 2 years ago. First and foremost, we have to thank the over 300 artists who have participated in our virtual intensives. When we began our Playmakers Intensive program back in 2011, we would create on average of 5 to 6 new short plays each season. It's from 2011 to 2019, 5 or 6 plays each year. In the past 2 years, we've created over 70 original short plays on this medium, basically doubling what we've created over the past, 10 years. We transcended time on this medium, bringing artists together from across all time zones, wherever they were in the world, to work together right here. And to all of our artists, we have to thank you all for all of your talents and for helping to elevate our work. There's also a lot of people behind the scenes we have to thank. My goodness, we have to thank Steve Asher. We have to thank Anne-Marie Morelli, my wife, who has also been such an instrumental behind the scenes person, helping to coordinate rehearsals and things. Oh my goodness, the incredible Jeff Tabnick. Jeff is a wonderful playwright. You've had the opportunity to see his work performed throughout all of our intensives, but he's also been an incredible administrator and helping us, again, not only coordinate all of the scheduling of all of these plays, but being able to create, to coordinate all of the scheduling of all of the ASL interpreters that were needed for the shows that required it, and bringing people together for rehearsals as well as the performances. We have to thank Paul Gassler from 11th Hour Design, who designed this beautiful graphic and all of the graphics from our virtual Playmakers Intensive. Such an incredible designer. We have to thank Joe Trentacosta, who is our press publicity person. Of course, I did not mention in our previous meeting our entire board of directors. All of them have been so supportive and so helpful. So I have to thank each and every one of them. And most importantly, I have to thank my partner in this enterprise, the incredible Tucker Salavara. Tucker is amazing. He created, I mean, he does so much. Not only did he help really allow us to come together on this medium, providing us with all the necessary technical elements, reaching out to our captioning people, doing all that, setting up all of the links for all of these performances. He did all of the social media, all of the email blasts, all of the things that are on our web pages. That's all Tucker. And he's got a ton of work afterwards with all of the post editing to get all of these things up on our website. That's all Tucker. But, you know, I have to tell you, Tucker loves this and he really misses it. In fact, he told me earlier tonight that he wishes that we could do another like 14 or 15 more shows because he loves this so much. And he's going to really miss this when this is over. So,
no, April Fools. I
was waiting for you, Tucker. I was waiting. When I told Tucker earlier we're going to do 14 more, he was like, no. Oh, Tucker, you're too much. Thank you for everything. You are the best, really. And we have to thank so many other supporters. We have to thank, oh my goodness, the National Endowment for the Arts, then the New York State Council on the Arts, and of course, the New York City Department of Cultural Affairs, the NEA, NYSCA, and of course, the New York City DCA, of course, for all of your support. There is nothing greater and more reassuring when your country, your state, and your city governments all support the work that you're trying to create. So thank you to all of you. We must thank New York City's Theater Development Fund and of course their Theater Access Project for supporting us as we push our work to make it more accessible for everyone. The live captioning, the ASL support, the audio description, everything which allows us to integrate the tools of accessibility into our art seamlessly so that it becomes part of our art. So TDF TAP, thank you for all of the support you've given us and for allowing us to be able to create this and experiment. Oh, we have to thank all of our private foundations and our friends and our partners in our work. Here we go, folks. The Actors Equity Fund, the Axe Houghton Foundation, the Jarvis and Constance Doctorow Family Foundation, the Howard Gilman Foundation, oh my goodness, the Japan United States Friendship Commission, the Lambs Foundation, the Lucille Lortel Foundation, the Virginia Cretella Mars Foundation, the Metzger Price Fund, the Nelco Foundation, the NYU Community Fund, the Patrikoff Family Foundation, the Emma Schieffer Trust, the Fred and Eve Simon Charitable Foundation, the Schubert Foundation, the Harold and Mimi Steinberg Charitable Trust, all angels on our shoulders. Your support and friendship is always so incredible, and it's so important to us. But you've truly kept our collective hearts beating, most especially over these past 2 years. So thank you so much. Finally, we have to thank all of our individual supporters, all of those who actively support our work, who donate to our work, and most of all, who support us by coming to see our work. You, our audiences, for sharing your precious time and attention with us. Without an audience to share our work, we become like the proverbial tree that falls in the forest with no one around to hear it. You are there. Thank you for being there and for validating and celebrating our work with us. I have to ask you all, once again, as I ask you all every night, if you like what you've experienced, please help us spread the word by telling your friends, your family, everyone that you know about us. Come to see the work that we perform when we're live, and certainly you're always invited to come back and see us again when we're creating virtually. Please visit our website, tbtv.org, and see what we're up to. Click the donate button at the top of the page to help us continue our important work. No, we're so pleased that we can share our work with you online free of charge. We're not asking for compensation for any of this. We do want you to know that we value our artists' work very much. So it is very important to us that we are able to at least provide our artists with some remuneration for their support, because they're professional artists and they deserve it. And trust me, whatever we could provide them is not nearly enough from what they give us. But any support you wish to contribute is always welcome and helps to continue us grow. And it also allows you to cement your partnership with us. And that's always incredibly welcome. So I want to conclude with one final thought. You know, as long as humankind remains in existence, there's always going to be an attempt to understand and express in pictures and movement and words and music and actions who we are, what makes us tick. We always want to try to understand this condition of humanity. And as long as there is humanity, there will always be art. Thank you all so much for supporting us. Thank you for everything. Have a wonderful evening. Have a wonderful weekend. Good night.